Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we are going to go through a CGC return. I can't remember what all sent on here. I'm going to try to pull these out and put them back in order. But I believe the first 9 cards, these were cards that were pulled during a stream and then they were graded. They were sent to CGC for grading. This one pulled a 9. Got the Origin Form Palkia. Is that the 9th card in there? Yeah, that was the 9th card, so we're going to kind of go in reverse order. We have the Giratina V-Star, also pulled the 9. Whew, tough. I think maybe the centering got it on that one. I think with some of these, we were hoping for some 10s. We'll see what we get. Oh, nice. Got a 9.5 on the Clefairy from base set. Got the super nice swirl there. I don't think these had any pedigree that went along with them. So we have this one. Got a Sharpedo. Got the reverse holo from Plasma Storm. Had a few Plasma Storm cards that were graded. I want to say maybe this next one is Cobaline. Oh yeah, it is. Pulled the 8.5, which the full arts from this era are pretty tough. You can see it's got a little white dot there, a little bit off on the centering, another white dot there. But overall, still a pretty strong grade there. So what we have next. Ooh, 9.5 on the Arceus V-Star. Still no 10s yet. Maybe we'll pull a few out. Again, it looks like the centering may have gotten it a little bit. It's hard to tell with stuff like the surface. Ooh, there we go. We got a pristine 10 on the Zeraora VMAX. If you sent this one in. All of you who had, I believe this was from the stream on the 31st of January. Maybe it was the 20th. It might have been the 24th of January. So just under, it was like 3 weeks turnaround time. There's the Raichu from base set. Nice. Got the 9. Did this one have a swirl in? I don't see a swirl in that one. Maybe that upper left corner, a part of a swirl. And then finally, it looks like we have an English Mewtwo V-Star. Super cool artwork. It took me a while to figure out that they had both the Charizard V-Star and the Mewtwo V-Star kind of a pair that had went on with that artwork. But congrats on the 9.5. All right, so let's see what else we have on the submission. I'll just start from the very back and go until we get to that first card. Now, some of these cards, these were sitting in my kind of like backstock stuff, and I knew that they weren't going to be 10 condition. I believe a lot of these had stuff like, you can see right there, this one has scratches in the hollow full, but they looked pretty good. Otherwise, they didn't look like they were terrible, no major bends or anything like that. But so there's a 7 on a Snorlax first edition. I figured it'd be worth it to kind of throw in with the rest of the cards that were being sent. Here we have a Sabrina's Gengar. This one got an 8.5, had the nice swirl there. And you can see a little bit of edge wear on that one. Most of these are going to have some scratches in the hollow that are going to be kind of tough to see. I think I had looked at this one. This was the only card I pulled out earlier. I was like, man, this one looks pretty nice for a 6. And then I looked at the bottom. There was a crease, a small crease right there at the bottom side. So I think that is what brought down the grade on this particular card. Next up, we have an inked Blaine's Moltres. Now, I could not find where the ink was on this. I'm not sure if it was something that was picked up within their system or what had happened on this one. So I don't know if I'm going to leave this in there or not, because I'm not sure where the ink was. But I imagine they kind of use some kind of software that detects that stuff. And here we have the Sabrina's Gengar, pulled to 8. This one's first edition. You can see it's got some light scratches in the hollow. Those kind of stick out if you get a strong light on it a little bit better, but you almost don't see them at most of the other angles. So I think that's why that one still got the 8. Probably could have went a little bit lower on that one. Then we had another inked Blaine's Moltres. This is a first edition one. And again, I'm not sure where the ink was on these cards. It could have been like on the sides and I just missed it, because a lot of these cards, they've been sitting in boxes for years. I maybe got them out of different collections. I also saw, like, see that top left? It's almost like a smudge, like from a finger or something. So maybe that's where the ink thing come from. We had a Rockets Mewtwo, pulled the 7.5. One of the most iconic cards from the Wizards of the Coast era, pulling out the 3 attacks right there with the smaller picture frame. Got a 7.5 on this Misty's Gyarados. And again, I know that these grades look lower than normal, but most of these I did expect anywhere between like a 6 and an 8, just because, you know, you got to think a 6 is still like excellent near mint, 7 is a near mint. Like if I had sold these raw, I would not have described them as near mint. So the fact that they're already cased, you know, they have a standard grade on there. I can take a picture easily front and back. That's what I really liked about grading cards. Even if it only increases the price by the amount that you pay for grading, it's nice knowing that the card itself is graded, so the condition, you have a standard that's been set that you can sell it by. Next up, we have a Blaine's Charizard, and this is the error version. You can see right there, for those of you who don't know. It's a fighting energy. There was a corrected version only on the unlimited side that was, I believe it was a European type release. You can tell the pack is a little different. We actually pulled one here on the channel, and it's one of my favorite cards. We pulled one from a 3-pack blister that had expedition packs in it, and there was also a gym challenge. We pulled the Blaine's Charizard. I ended up grading that and it pulled a 10. Like I said, it's one of my favorite cards. There we go. Got an 8.5 on the first edition Giovanni's Gyarados. I don't think we've had any 9s yet on these vintage cards. We've still got a few left. Got a Koga's Beedrill. Again, these were cards that were just sitting kind of in my extra boxes, so I thought that they would be worth trying to get them graded, because I saw them in the 6 to 8 range probably on the condition. Now this one wasn't. I believe this one might have been pulled recently in something, but there's a 9 on the Radiant Charizard. So this is either a customer's card or it may have been mine, because I've got a small backlog of cards, and I believe this one will be the last. We have a Snorlax. Well, there might be one more. Is there any more? No, there's not any more. I've got a lot of jungle holographic cards that I just haven't graded. This was probably one of the best Snorlaxes that I had. You can see the condition on the backside there. The front looks pretty good, but it does have a print line across the top, so that 9 is definitely justified. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about these grades. Would you have graded these cards? I mean, because most of them are popular. You got some first edition ones in here, but the grades aren't, you know, too crazy. But if you plan to sell these, would you rather sell this as a raw near mint Giovanni's Gyarados and take the risk that somebody's going to get mad over the small scratches in the hollow or the edge wear on the side, or possibly have to sell it at a lower condition grade like excellent or light play or something like that? Or would you rather, you know, take the $15 and pay to have this graded, and then possibly have a little bit of an uptick in price, but also know that you've got that third party grading that you can kind of lean on for the condition itself? Let me know what you think in the comments, and thanks for watching the video.